My fiancée stopped the ceremony mid-sentence and said, "I don't love you anymore." Laughter rippled through the room. I didn't react, didn't explain. I just nodded once. 3 weeks later, she learned why walking away publicly was the most expensive decision she'd ever made. I'm 31, was supposed to get married 3 months ago. My fiancée and I had been together for 5 years. Met through mutual friends, fell hard, got engaged after 3 years. Everything seemed perfect. She worked in event planning, I'm in commercial real estate development. We'd saved together, built a life together, planned a future together. The wedding was at a vineyard. 200 guests. I'd paid for most of it. The venue, catering, bar, photographer, band. She'd contributed maybe 20% total. Her parents helped with some smaller things. My parents covered their portion traditionally. But the bulk? That was me. Nearly $85,000 all in. The morning of the wedding, everything felt normal. I got ready with my groomsmen, had breakfast, did the photos. She was in the bridal suite doing the same. We decided to see each other at the ceremony, traditional that way. I stood at the altar, watching guests file in, feeling grateful and nervous and excited. She walked down the aisle looking stunning. Her father gave her away. We stood facing each other. The officiant began. We got through the opening remarks. The readings. We were about to start the vows when she held up her hand. Wait. The officiant stopped. I looked at her. She was staring at me with this expression I'd never seen before. Cold. Distant. I can't do this. Silence. Complete silence. 200 people holding their breath. What? I said quietly. I don't love you anymore. Gasps. Someone laughed nervously. I heard her mother say, "Oh my God," from the front row. I stood there. Didn't move. Didn't speak. Just looked at her. She waited for me to react. To beg. To break down. I did none of those things. "Okay," I said. "Okay," she repeated. "You don't love me. I heard you. Okay. That's it. That's all you have to say. What else is there to say?" She looked frustrated. Like my calm was ruining whatever moment she thought this was. "I'm sorry," she said, not sounding sorry at all. "I met someone else. I've been seeing him for 3 months. I thought I could go through with this, but I can't." More gasps. Her bridesmaids looked mortified. My best man stepped forward like he was ready to intervene. I nodded once. Turned to the guests. "Well, wedding's off. There's a full bar and dinner's already paid for. Please stay and enjoy yourselves. It'd be a shame to waste it." I walked down the aisle. Didn't look back. Didn't run. Just walked calmly to the parking lot, got in my car, and drove home. Update 1. The first 48 hours were chaos. My phone exploded. Texts, calls, voicemails. Her family, my family, friends, people I barely knew. Everyone wanted to know what happened, if I was okay, what I was going to do. I turned my phone off and sat in my apartment. The apartment we'd shared. Half her stuff was still there. I stared at it for hours. My best man came over that night. Let himself in with the spare key. "You okay?" "No." "Stupid question." "Sorry." He sat down. We didn't talk for a while. "She left with him," he finally said. "The guy? He was at the wedding. Sitting in the back. She left with him right after you drove away." "He was there?" "Yeah." I absorbed that. She'd invited the man she was cheating with to our wedding. "Did people stay?" I asked. "Most of them. Your parents left. So did hers. But yeah, a lot of people stayed. Drank, ate, danced. It was surreal. Good. At least someone enjoyed the 85 grand. Jesus. That's what this cost. Around that. Can you get any of it back? Most vendors have no refund clauses once you're within 30 days. And we were day of. So no. He swore. She knew that. She absolutely knew that. Monday morning, I went to see my lawyer. I'd used him for business contracts before. Good guy. Ruthless when needed. I need to know my options. He listened to everything. Made notes. Nodded occasionally. Okay. First, good news. You're not married, so no divorce. Bad news. You're out $85,000, and there's not much we can do about that directly. What about indirectly? He smiled. Now we're talking. She lived with you, correct? For 2 years. In your apartment. Your name on the lease. Just mine. Did she contribute to rent? Sometimes. Maybe 30%. Did you have any written agreement about her contributions? No. That's fine. What about belongings? Furniture, appliances, anything purchased jointly. Most of it I bought before she moved in. She brought some things. Clothes, personal items. A few pieces of furniture. Anything expensive that's legally ambiguous? I thought about it. The TV. We bought it together last year. $3,000. Split it 50/50ths. Good. What else? She has a car I co-signed for. She couldn't get approved a loan. I'm on the loan. His smile widened. Even better. Here's what we're going to do. Update 2. I followed his advice to the letter. First, I changed the locks on the apartment. Legally justified since only my name was on the lease. I boxed up all her belongings, clothes, toiletries, personal items. Neatly. I'm not a monster. Took photos of everything. Created an inventory. Then I contacted her via email. Professional. Cold. Your belongings are packed and ready for pickup. Please coordinate a time within the next 7 days. If not collected, they will be donated or disposed of per the lease agreement. She responded within an hour. Are you serious right now? Completely. 7 days. Where am I supposed to live? Not my problem. You're such an asshole. I didn't respond. Day 3. She showed up with her affair partner and her sister. I wasn't there. I'd arranged for my best man to supervise. He sent me updates. She's crying. Noted. Her boyfriend looks uncomfortable. Good. She's asking about the TV. I'd been waiting for this. Tell her the TV stays. I have the receipt. My name. My credit card. She's saying you agreed it was joint property. No written agreement exists. Tell her to leave. She left without the TV. Next, I contacted the car dealership. Explained the situation. I was a co-signer, but she was the primary driver and responsible for payments. Except she'd missed the last 2 payments. I'd been covering them to protect my credit. I'm removing myself as co-signer effective immediately. She needs to refinance or surrender the vehicle. She probably can't refinance without a co-signer. Her credit isn't strong enough. Then she surrenders it. They process the paperwork. She had 30 days to refinance or lose the car. She called me, furious. I let it go to voicemail. You're trying to destroy my life. Over what? Hurt feelings? Grow up. I saved the voicemail. Update 3. 2 weeks after the non-wedding, mutual friends started reaching out. Most were supportive. A few tried to play neutral. She's really struggling, one friend said. Maybe you could ease up a little? She humiliated me in front of 200 people after cheating for 3 months. I'm not easing up on anything. I get that, but do you? Do you really get it? She didn't just break up with me. She waited until the actual ceremony. After I'd spent $85,000. After she'd invited her affair partner to watch. You think she deserves my mercy? When you put it that way, there's no other way to put it. I started hearing things through the grapevine. She and the affair partner were living together in his apartment. It was small. She hated it. They were fighting constantly. Apparently the romance wasn't quite as exciting when it wasn't forbidden. Her family reached out. Her mother called. I need you to understand, she's going through something difficult. So am I. I know, but she's my daughter. And she's a grown woman who made a choice. She gets to live with it. You're being cruel. I'm being fair. Please, just talk to her. No. I hung up and blocked the number. Meanwhile, I'd contacted every vendor from the wedding. I left reviews. Honest ones. Vendor was excellent. Wedding was canceled by bride mid-ceremony after months of planning. Not vendor's fault. 5 stars for professionalism. Her event planning business started taking hits. People talked. Small industry. Word spread. She'd planned her own wedding and then canceled it at the altar for an affair. Not a great look for someone whose job is planning dream weddings. Update 4. 3 weeks after the ceremony that wasn't, she showed up at my apartment. Pounding on the door. I opened it. She looked rough. Hair unwashed. Clothes wrinkled. We need to talk. No, we don't. Please. 5 minutes. I didn't invite her in. Just stood in the doorway. I made a mistake. Yes. You did. I want to fix this. There's nothing to fix. We're done. I left him. Don't care. I miss you. You should have thought about that before you fucked someone else for 3 months and humiliated me at our wedding. She flinched. I know I hurt you. You don't know anything. You have no idea what you did. Then tell me. You cost me $85,000. You destroyed my trust. You made me a laughingstock in front of everyone I know. You invited your affair partner to watch you leave me at the altar. And now you miss me. I was confused. You were selfish. You were selfish. You wanted the excitement of an affair and the security of me. You wanted everything and gave nothing. That's not fair. Life's not fair. You taught me that. She started crying. I love you. No, you don't. You love the idea of not being alone. You love the idea of someone paying your bills and cleaning up your messes. But you don't love me. How can you say that? Because someone who loves me wouldn't have done any of this. I closed the door. She kept knocking for a few minutes. Then she left. Update 5. Her car got repossessed 2 days later. She couldn't refinance without a cosigner and couldn't afford the payments alone. I got a notification that the account was closed and my credit was no longer affected. She tried calling. I didn't answer. She sent emails. I filtered them to trash. Her affair partner kicked her out after a month. Apparently, the relationship wasn't built to last without the thrill of sneaking around. She moved back with her parents. Her business took a major hit. Lost 3 clients in a month. All cited concerns about professionalism. One specifically mentioned the wedding incident. My life started getting better. I threw myself into work. Got a promotion. Started going to the gym regularly. Reconnected with friends. Went on a few dates. Nothing serious. Just testing the waters. For months after the non-wedding, her best friend reached out. We'd been friendly before everything happened. I know you probably don't want to hear this, but she's in a bad place. I'm aware. She lost her car. Her business is failing. Her family is disappointed in her. She has nothing. She had everything. She chose nothing. Don't you feel anything for her? I feel bad for the person I thought she was. But that person doesn't exist. This is who she actually is. That's cold. That's reality. 6 months out, I ran into her at a coffee shop. Complete accident. She was with her mother. Saw me and froze. I nodded politely. Ordered my coffee. Left. Her mother followed me outside. Please. She's sorry. She's trying to rebuild her life. Could you at least forgive her? I don't need to forgive her. That's for my peace, not hers. And I'm already at peace. She made a mistake. She made a choice. Choices have consequences. She's living with hers. You've ruined her life. I didn't ruin anything. I just stopped enabling her. There's a difference. I walked away. Final update. It's been a year now. I'm doing well. Really well. Met someone new a few months ago. Taking it slow, but it feels right. Healthy. Honest. I heard through mutual friends that my ex is still struggling. She had to close her business. She's working a regular office job now. Still lives with her parents. Still single. Some people think I went too far. That I was vindictive, cruel, unnecessary. Maybe they're right. But here's the thing. She didn't just break my heart. She calculated the exact worst possible moment to do it. She brought her affair partner to watch. She let me spend $85,000 knowing she was going to walk away. All I did was stop protecting her from the consequences of her own choices. The car? She was responsible for payments and missed them. I just removed myself as safety net. The apartment? It was mine. She had no legal right to stay. The TV? I had the receipt. People want to frame me as the villain because I didn't crumble. Because I didn't beg her to stay. Because I moved on. But the truth is simpler. She made a choice that cost me $85,000 and my dignity. I made a choice that cost her the safety net she took for granted. She thought love meant I'd always be there to catch her no matter what she did. I taught her that love requires respect, and respect requires consequences. Edit. A lot of people are asking about the $85,000. Yes, it's gone. No, I didn't pursue any legal action to recover it. Most wedding vendors have ironclad no-refund policies within 30 days. Could I have sued her? Maybe. But it would have cost more in legal fees and stress than I'd likely recover. Sometimes cutting your losses means actually cutting them and moving on. Edit 2. For those saying I destroyed her life, I didn't destroy anything. I removed my support. There's a difference. She destroyed her own life by cheating, lying, and humiliating me publicly. I just stopped being the person who fixed her mistakes.